Are you ready? 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 Are you ready? Let's go!
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am live from the shadow of MetLife Stadium. I am not at Comic-Con, but I'm here, and we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We're literally just getting into only wrestling stuff today because, which is why I have MetLife Stadium as my background, because heading into SummerSlam next weekend, and me going to a soccer game this weekend, we have San Diego Comic-Con that I am not at. I am in my house, but it feels like I've been there because there's a lot of stuff that got announced. Yes, Toy Farce. There's still 2 more days of this madness, and it is going to be an expensive year, from what we've seen so far. It is just me today. Eric and his family are off being fantastic right now, enjoying Fantastic Four. I saw it last night. It was amazing. I loved it, and you should see it too. So, but not now. You should see it after Nick Storm's show at 7. So go tonight. And if you want to wait till after SmackDown, go after SmackDown. But you should definitely go see it this weekend before you get spoiled. Speaking of which, we are going to go right into it because a lot has happened so far. And I tried to be fancy. I really did. I tried to do my best Michael Scott and put together a PowerPoint. But there's so much stuff that I couldn't possibly do it in. I couldn't do it in 2 hours. You'll see how far I got in 2 hours. Let alone, all of the stuff that's still there. So we're going to be borrowing Instagram for a little bit, and we're going to start there. So let's see if I can get this to do what I want it to. Yes, I can. Excellent. Oops, that's not the screen I want first. I want this one. All right, we're going to start on Instagram, friends. And I wish I could do this without having everybody in the world's comment there. I'm gonna be here in the corner, if that's cool. Hi everyone, I'm here in the corner. And we're gonna start off with Collect Major. Collect Major had I just saw it and realized what I was doing. I'm clicking on the wrong arrow. Collect Major started off the weekend on Thursday with some reveals. Friends of the pod, Kanik, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, they revealed the latest upcoming Major Bendies, hot off the announcement of Big Rubber Guys securing the AEW license. So here we are. I'm going to move this so I can still see the chat too. So we're starting off with WWE debut, Matt and Jeff Hardy coming to Major Bendies. Then I believe this is going to be a Whatnot exclusive, which will be Brian Myers in his Slammiversary gear from last weekend, which I thought was a fun show. You should definitely watch it. If you're a TNA Plus subscriber, like I became to see Slammiversary, yeah, it was worth the watch. I thought it was a good show. Here is the Matt Cardona Major Channel exclusive with Back to the Future themed gear. There's going to be a Major Bendies 2-pack, the first ever 2-pack from Sabu's final match with Joey Janela. So that'll be cool. Series 1 of the Major Stars is coming soon. It is Brian Myers, Matt Cardona, Danhausen, and Macho Man Randy Savage. They showed off Series 2 as well, which is Sergeant Slaughter, Jordan Grace, All Ego Ethan Page, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. They went into a New York Comic-Con exclusive that's coming out for Major Stars. That's going to be Matt and Brian in USA gear. The Major ring is coming, the Major Bendy's ring. Very much looking forward to that. Kind of designed off of the prototype Bendham's ring, the Just Toys Bendham's. Extreme big rubber guys with the late great Sabu. There's going to be the Nasty Boys coming to big rubber guys. And then just more name announcements. Paul Ellering, Sergeant Slaughter, Hercules, Jim Powers, Paul Roma, Tito Santana, the Rougeaus, Hillbilly Jim, Andre the Giant, and more, with some really cool silhouettes, so you can get an idea of what versions of those people you're going to get. What I thought was one of the cooler announcements, Major League Baseball mascots are coming to big rubber guys, including my favorite, one of the greatest mascots of all time, definitely. And I'll go out on that limb, the greatest baseball mascot of all time, Mr. Met. Of course, Big Ellie from the New York Liberty is the greatest mascot of all time, in case you were curious. And then this guy, Philly Fanatic. I'm a Mets fan, so my excitement is tempered, but the Fanatic's great. We enjoy the Philly Fanatics antics around here. Of course, my scorching hot take of Mr. Met is better. The Fanatic's been at it longer. He's more renowned. We'll give him the number one mascot, but Mr. Met, solid second place there. And I think this is a cool one because Randy Savage did play minor league baseball in the Reds organization, and so we're getting a Cincinnati Reds themed Macho Man Randy Savage. And then the announcement of what were the AEW Big Rubber Guys Series 1 going to be. Of course, we have Timeless Tony Storm with a chase version in black and white. Will Ospreay. I think one of us guessed Ospreay. Was it me or Eric? Or maybe both of us. Hangman Adam Page with the AEW World title from this most recent All-In with the chain, the aforementioned chain that he used to help secure the victory in the Texas Death Match. A bloody version, which isn't far off from how he looked at the end of the match. An icon Sting, like classic surfer Sting with the classic arms up double bicep pose, like very cool. And so pre-orders end on those August 9th. They are available to pre-order on shopaew.com. And apparently the only way you're getting a chance at the chases is to order the bundle. So very cool. Very much looking forward to that. Then the next thing we saw were some AEW Jazzwares Vault reveals, which these were pretty exciting too. We saw some other figures get announced, and I'll try to find those in a little bit. But we're going to stick with what's officially posted on the AEW, the Jazzwares AEW account, or AEW by Jazzwares account, yeah. So we're starting off with, as part of a Ring of Honor 2-pack, I believe. This is what a Vault 2-pack. We're getting Matt Cardona from the Ring of Honor pay-per-view that took place at Hammerstein. So we've got Matt Cardona in the Ghostbusters gear, who can go with the Chelsea Green main event figure, also in Ghostbusters gear. He took on... where Jericho's later on in the reel. but I believe he's going to be a 2-pack with the Jericho from the match. We have a Vault Flamethrower Darby Allin from Anarchy in the Arena, which is wild. We've got the Outrunners finally coming to the line. They're going to be a 2-pack. So Turbo Floyd and Truth Magnum, they're going to come with, I'm sure, appropriately shredded t-shirts. Multiple heads, multiple hands, amazing sunglasses, the whole package there. One that I'm very excited about, somebody who's long deserved a figure, Dalton Castle. I think he's been on my AEW wish list multiple times, so happy to see Dalton Castle with awesome, looks like full ring gear, the pants and the jacket, the wings. Like, looking forward to that. This one right here, if you can see my arrow, this face is hands down like amazing. Like, the yelling head's cool, but the default Dalton Castle expression, Dan 100% nailed that. Like, awesome. The Fallen Goddess Athena, the forever Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, the forever champ, your forever champ. Here is Athena with the title and her wings from her entrance. Another one who's been on my wish list for a while. I'm very happy Athena's getting a figure. Colt Cabana. Awesome. We've definitely seen some retro style Cabana figures before. Major Bendies, Micro Brawlers, but we've not had, I guess we had an FTC of Cabana, but we've not had like a super articulated fight scale Colt Cabana. And here we are. He's gonna have the Cabana-rama headband, the ring jacket, the boom boom on the singlet, the target on his elbow pad. That's awesome. Much deserved. Very happy we're getting a Colt figure. Another person who's been on my wish list for a while, with the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, the Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. We didn't get an SCU one to go along with Kazarian and Scorpio Sky back in the day, but we are absolutely getting a classic Fallen Angel Christopher Daniels. That's awesome. Happy to finally see it. You can have him with or without goatee, which is also cool. Very happy to see this. And then the Chris Jericho to go with that Matt Cardona from the pay-per-view from the world title match, with Jericho's kind of tie-dyed Ring of Honor World Championship, the King of New York gear to go with the Statue of Liberty, like foam headband and sunglasses. So very cool. There were some other Ring of Honor figures that were announced, but or some other AEW figures that were announced. We'll try to find those later, because it was really just screen grabs, like photos that people took. So we're just going to stick to like published renders for now. I'm going to stop screen sharing while I get the next part up here. Yeah, so that's where we're starting. Actually, I know how I'm going to get this to do what I want it to. Magic. I should have had this all prepared earlier, but here we are. Doing this way. Yeah, this is what I want. All right, we'll look at that later. And now I'm going to bring up the PowerPoint that I started to put together. Because I think it's cool. Hello, everyone on Twitch. Hello, everyone on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, I'm sorry I can't see the chat. I don't have access to the Instagram chat. But thank you for being there. I can only see the YouTube chat. So if you're on there and active, I'm sorry I can't see it. I do not have access. All right, so here we go. We are going to, oops. Okay, so we're going to start with the Piper's Pit 3-pack. And of course, these renders, thank you, Ringside. Once I get through what's on here, we'll shoot over to Ringside's Instagram page to see the rest. Then we have Monday. Oh, by the way, that Piper's Pit 3-pack is available to pre-order now at Target. You can see our links at AIC podcast.com/links, and it'll take you to all the affiliate links, which helps us out a little bit. So thank you so much if you use those. But yeah, we have Rowdy Roddy Piper, Cowboy Bob Orton, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff with a Piper's Pit set. Next Monday Night Wars Ultimate is going to be Diamond Dallas Page from his classic WCW days. I love the fact that it's from that famous, I would say the thing that kind of really put DDP over the hump for popularity, when he took the NWO shirt and then tore it off and celebrated in the crowd after hitting diamond cutters on the NWO. Like, that was a really cool moment that I remember so much. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing that as a figure. Up next, we have another best of Monday Night War Wave. However, a huge difference here. We're going to build a figure for this wave from figures that we've seen incarnations of. Rick Steiner, the New Age Outlaws, Road Dog. Sorry, wow, my 4 years of college outside of Philly just came out really big. Road Dog. A lot of dogs here. The dog face gremlin, Rick Steiner. The Road Dog, Jesse James. Badass Billy Gunn. Eddie Guerrero. With a Build-A-Figure WCW era Little Nate, Charles Robinson. So that's awesome. Of course, I think Charles Robinson's had that haircut forever. So if you wanted to put him on like the John Cone body, that head, I would imagine you could, and make him a bit more like modern Charles Robinson. You could probably do that on the Chase John Cone too, because wasn't Little Nate like the SmackDown head ref for a while? I think he was. The next Monday Night War Wave, I believe Wave 10. This is one I think is awesome, because you've got Rowdy Roddy Piper again, which, if you have the Ultimate, you may not necessarily need this one. You'd need it for the Build an X-Pac from his debut night back in WWE after leaving WCW and being a part of the NWO. He came back to WWE and cut that famous promo the night after WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw. You also have China. From that same era, you have what I think is like my most sought after figure, not only in this wave, but one of my most sought after figures. Somebody who's probably been on Eric's wish list. I think he's been on mine before too. And that's Steve Blackman, the Lethal Weapon, with the head cheese hat, which is awesome. Makes me wish there was an Al Snow. Hopefully we can get an Al Snow. That would rule. And then I think one of my favorite, this is low-key awesome for me, I think. The Sid, WCW, him being in the parking lot, being super upset that his car got crushed. Like, I'm 100% positive that's what this is, because he's got the duffel bag, and he's wearing the sneakers. I love that that's a figure. And of course, the Build-A-Figure is X-Pac. Then we had like the next Mattel collaboration, which was Street Fighter, which is weird but kind of awesome. I wish there were more. I really do. But the two heels we got are like the two most OP Street Fighter heels, so that's cool. We have Series 1, Rey Mysterio as Ryu, The Rock as M. Bison, because, of course, the final boss. The Ultimate Warrior is Blanca, which is wild. John Cena as Guile with the hair. Amazing. Batista as Sagat, and Bianca Belair as Cammy. So that's a lot of fun. I'm kind of sold on it with that wave too. The Rock looks awesome too. Then we have a ringside exclusive defining moments. These are up for pre-order now. Use code AIC, save 10% on any of those ringside pre-orders. You have Dark Match CM Punk. So when CM Punk was I don't think he was in TNA at this point. He was definitely in Ring of Honor, but he did a dark match for WWE. I believe it was against the Road Warriors. And this is what he looked like. He had the basketball shorts and the red hair. So that's cool. That's an era of CM Punk we've not really seen a figure of. And then this figure is awesome too. It's when main event Jey Uso won his first singles title, the Intercontinental Championship. He's got the foam yeet hands. He's got the Intercontinental title. That's awesome. I love it. Again, up for pre-order now at Ringside. Any of the Ringside pre-orders, use code AIC to save yourself 10%. The rest of the at least announced defining moments for the year, we have Cody Rhodes from Saturday night's main event when he had the Winged Eagle title. We have Penta's debut with those removable mouth plates, which is really cool. And then two new ones, or actually we didn't really know about Cody either. We knew about the Penta from Access Weekend, or the World Weekend from WrestleMania Weekend. We have Ricky Saints with the NXT North American title, and we have Rey Fenix from his debut. So very cool there. Our next two waves of superstars, we have Demolition, Axe, Smash, and Crush, and from Survivor Series, when they were all on a team together, we have Hacksaw Jim Duggan with the face paint. The next wave after that is Undertaker, Dusty Rhodes, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Mankind with Mr. Sacco. And it looks like we have the removable mask, or possibly a second head for Mankind, a maskless head. Now we're getting back into retros. One of my favorite lines. Ringside exclusives. We're starting to get a bit more modern here after that Bloodline, the Bloodline tag team packs. Now we're getting mostly modern folks here. Of course, that Jesse the Body Ventura throwback. But now we have the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. We have CM Punk. That's going to be one wave. Second wave will be Paul Heyman with a microphone and with the modern WWE Championship. So awesome that we're getting the modern belt the modern title into the line. And then Logan Paul and main event Jey Uso. And then it looks like Ringside's getting the exclusive on the next wave of Coliseum collection, which is really cool. And we're getting King Kong Bundy and Jesse the Body Ventura. So those are ultimates that are going to be awesome. I'm very excited for those. Then we have, wow, I did a poor job of putting this together. I'm sorry for cutting off the tops of heads, everybody. We've got Shawn Michaels. That's going to be the next. That's Royal Rumble Shawn Michaels. That's going to be the next Amazon exclusive. And then we just have like regular mainline ultimates. So we have a new Randy Orton, another Final Boss Rock from, oh, that was my fault actually, from WrestleMania 40. Then I can't see who's next. Oh, Jesse the Body Ventura. That's in Mattel Creations. We have Chelsea Green, an awesome Rhea Ripley from WrestleMania, Seth Rollins, and John Cena from. Get me out of the way here. Nope, didn't want that. Let me get me out of the way here. All right, so we've got John Cena from Elimination Chamber when he turned heel. And I think this deserves its own slide because why wouldn't it? We're going to have the, not just a good boy, but the goodest, bestest dog in the world. Larry, first time in the line, we're getting an Ultimate Larry to go with a CM Punk later on down the road. Second time Larry's been immortalized as a figure. We of course know the first time was the Zombie Sailor, Wrestling's Heels and Faces, which CM Punk gave the shout out during the panel, which was really cool. So shout out to friend of the pod, Zombie Sailor, for getting that shout out from CM Punk. Do you like rings? Well, if you like SmackDown and you like rings, you're also getting a Jacob Fatu with the SmackDown ring. That is going to be similar to Eric Bischoff and Rhea Ripley. We're going to have Jacob Fatu packaged in. Now we have a whole bunch of main events and put them all together, but all of these are awesome. We have 2 first time in the lines in these next main event waves. So, of course, you have Kairi Sane, Trish Stratus, Sol Ruka, first time in the line, which is awesome. Current Speed Champion and Women's North American Champion in NXT, Sol Ruka. We have heel John Cena. We have Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, another first time in the line. Another figure I'm excited to pick up, Ivy Nile. We have Chad Gable and Becky Lynch. Now we have a couple of main event 2-packs. We have Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom. We have, with an awesome face scan on Xavier Woods, Kofi, the New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This was right before they turned heel. It might even be from the night they did. And then main event Jey Uso and Braun Breaker with the WWE World Championship. So that's cool. Then we have the LJN style figures, which Series 1 here of John Cena, Dusty Rhodes, and Logan Paul just went on pre-order today at Target. And your next wave is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin, Jesse the Body Ventura, The Ultimate Warrior, and King Kong Bundy. And what's cool about that Jesse and the Warrior and Bundy is, like, those are, granted, Jesse's figure, original LJN figure, was a wrestler, but it's the same pose of him as a commentator, which is really cool. And then just like straight up reproductions of the Ultimate Warrior and King Kong Bundy. So awesome. very cool to see those come back. Excited to see what Mattel does with these. Heading into some Legends, we have 2 Legends Ultimates here. These are going to be Target exclusives. We have Bray Wyatt in his like debut Bray Wyatt attire and look, which will be really cool. It'll be cool to get like the Hawaiian shirt Bray Wyatt, especially since there hasn't been a figure for that version of Bray since, probably like since his debut figure, I'd imagine. I think there were 2 Brays from that era. And then Hacksaw Jim Duggan, which you have the USA version of the 2x4, the plain version of the 2x4, his crown from when he was King of the Ring, and his merch shirt. So it's kind of it's got some elements from that Retrofest figure in it. A whole bunch of legends. We've got Mr. Money in the Bank version of Rob Van Dam, which is cool. Mr. Fuji. Michelle McCool with the broken in half WWE Women's Championship from the Lay Cool era. It would be cool if we got Layla for the other half of that title. Jesse the Body Ventura, like old school 80s commentator Jesse the Body Ventura, really kind of more of like promo Jesse, but that's like old school Superstars of Wrestling Challenge commentator Jesse. Another figure that I think is awesome and low-key one of the best they announced. Now, he comes with a soft goods singlet, but what you see here in the render is how I would display him. And that is Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, but not Mr. Perfect. This is like AWA champion era Kurt Hennig, which is really cool. Makes me want a Scott Hall with like the big mustache to go with the Kurt Hennig, which is awesome. We have long hair British Bulldog, which is cool. That's like from when he was tagging with like Allied Powers era tag team with Lex Luger. So you can go with your Lex Luger, your Made in America Lex Luger. We have barbed wire board Triple H, which is awesome. And Kona Crush, which is great. Another one off my list. And that's where I ran out of time. So we are going to stop the sharing. We're going to stop the madness and stop sharing. And so far I feel like this has been like a song where I'm just like name dropping people, but yeah. So we're back at MetLife Stadium, where I will be next weekend for WrestleMania. I'm going to SummerSlam. So I don't know if Friday night if everybody's around or if anybody's going to like GCW. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there Friday. I really want to go to Bloodsport on Saturday, but that's, I think, going to cut it too close with like traveling to MetLife Stadium, even though it's like 10 minutes from my house. There's still going to be incredible amounts of traffic. So not sure if I'm going to make it there. Let's keep going with let me see if I can find this first, because there was more. Yes, I can. Excellent. All right. Sweet. Because there was so much that was announced and shown and like renders and all sorts of craziness that it's really hard to keep track of it all and find it all. All right, so I'm going to go here next, actually. we'll get back to ringside. I'm actually going to go to this, which is the Mattel Creations page, because literally like 2 hours ago, 5 hours ago, okay, sorry, but at noon they posted like a ton more renders and stuff like that. So I want to show stuff that I didn't have available to me. So like here's the Build a Ray trailer that's coming in one of the Monday Night War waves. Here's another like wild figure. Here's the Diamond Studs. So we're getting another like early WCW Scott Hall before he was Razor Ramon. Here is a render of El Grande Americano. And you can see up here that some of the stuff they showed, like timeline wise, late in 2025, you're getting top picks. Early 2026, some of these Monday Night Wars coming to Walmart in the US, Smiths in the UK. Superstars, there's a Wyatt 6 3-pack. Knuckle Crunchers, which I didn't even get to yet. There's also new packaging, which is awesome. Here is here's a Wyatt 6 3-pack of Eric Rowan, Uncle Howdy, and Nikki Cross. That's going to be Walmart exclusive here in the US. And here's a better look at these three figures. Like, so much news, so much stuff has just come out. Oh, here's the fourth figure in that wave. It's Bobby the Brain Heenan. You can see Kurt Hennig with the AWA title. Here's more superstars. The Steiners with tag team titles, Hurricane and Rob Van Dam. Like, it's wild just kind of going through this because there's so much stuff we've looked at already. Here's Knuckle Crunchers. I'm going to skip those for now just because we have so much stuff. But here's something else that I think is cool. Not just because it's CM Punk, but Series 121 is going to start with new packaging. Which I think is like, this packaging is really cool looking. So you get a bigger window, the WWE logo, nice bright red and blue colors and black. Like it's very sharp looking packaging. I like it a lot. But here's a look at that CM Punk in the Chicago gear. Series 121 Gunther with the world title. Another Carmelo Hayes with a more kind of current Carmelo Hayes from being on the main roster. He's also in Series 121. Here's the Austin Theory to go with your A-Town Down Under Grayson Waller, who's hitting now on shelves. Figure I'm very excited for, Obafemi with the North American title, the NXT North American title. Another figure I'm very excited for, Alba Fire with the women's tag team title. Here's another Steve Austin that's coming soon. Oops. Some of these are also on the ringside renders, and I haven't gotten to them yet. Terror Twins themes, Damian Priest. Andrade with the men's speed title. That's cool. The Creeds, first time in the line. Io Sky with the trash can from War Games. Here's a cool LWO Ray. Another main event J. Another Punk. First time in the line. Another one I'm very excited about. Motor City Machine Guns. So here's Alex Shelley. Here is Chris Sabin. Looks like they have their dog tags. I don't think you'd be able to do the palm. You would need like an ultimate basically. But you can get, I would imagine you'll be able to get pretty close. They have their entrance jackets, which is cool. Another Solo, which is great because you can't find the first one. A figure that I didn't know was possible, but I'm very much looking forward to. Coco Beware, a favorite of mine when I was a kid. You get Frankie, which is awesome. Another one that I was hoping for, Demolition Crush. Stephanie Vaquer. Awesome to see her first figure coming. Here's another Cody. Is this Top Picks Cody? Yeah, it is. So here's the new Top Picks packaging. Top Picks Orton. A completely underrated announcement. You have War Games CM Punk and War Games Roman Reigns, and they have the faces from the meme photo of them in the like holding cell, which is pretty great. Let's see. Here's Bulldog. Yeah, 1994. Here's Hennig with that title again. That's the soft goods singlet. And he's got the towel. It's a great idea, but it's going to be tough to do without it being neoprene, I think. Here's Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's got a removable tuxedo jacket. Couple Legends figures that I haven't gotten to yet. El Matador, Tito Santana, which rules. Here's Bull Nakano. First time in the line. That's amazing. Here's a Monday Night War Rock. That's going to be in the Big Bubba Ray Trailer series. As is Make a Difference Fatu. Awesome. I love it. Lex Luger, you got Wolfpack, Lex Luger, when he wrestled in jeans all the time. Misfits in Action, Booker T. GI Bro, Booker T. But Misfits in Action, as it says. See what else we got on here that we haven't looked at yet. So many things. Another one, and let's give this a shout out too. Awesome news for Sam Roberts getting a figure. Sam Roberts is going to be a Build-A-Figure in one of the pay-per-view waves. That's awesome. And you get, early Sam Roberts and more modern Sam Roberts, which also rules. So you're going to need two. You're going to need to buy that wave twice. So that way you get two Sams. We're getting another Stardust. I think that's like a WrestleMania wave. I think this is important to note. This is a improved live face scan, head scan. That's going to be a future Elite head. There's a WrestleMania 3-pack coming from WrestleMania 13 of Ken Shamrock, Bret Hart, and Steve Austin. which is going to be incredible, to be honest. So yeah, lots of stuff, and we're not done. Oh, but wait, there's more. Mr. Bob Backlund. Like, I feel like I'm just naming people now. There's Hennig. I'm trying to see if there's anyone we missed. Lots of clicking. I'm going the wrong way. That's why I'm not sure. I'm not on a computer often, friends. Like, just bear with me here. So yeah, WrestleMania 42 Seth, or WrestleMania 42 is the series. Here we have a Hustle, Loyalty, Respect, Chain Gang, John Cena. Got a heel Jake the Snake here. There's Sam. Top picks Roman and top picks Punk. Got an Elite Outsiders Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Here's that WrestleMania Austin, Shamrock, and Bret Hart. The Creeds we saw, Priest we saw. I'm pumped for that Coco. Oh, Roxanne Perez. So we got a new Roxanne coming. That's just a straight up render. El Grande Americano. Javon Evans. Very cool. Here's Cody Knuckle Cruncher, Rock, Seth freaking Rollins, and Solo. We saw the new packaging. And that's it. That takes us to the end, I think. Does it? There's so much stuff. Thank you to everyone who's just stuck with us. If you've been here the whole time, of just me talking and naming people. Unfortunately, no Tatum yet. No Tatum Paxley. We can hope that that's going to be something down the road. See if there's one other thing. Just trying to see if that stuff Steve showed. From preview night was different. No, it's all stuff we saw. Okay. Yeah, and I can't even tell you who half of these are. Yeah, we're going to hold off on those until we get actual renders. All right, so that's all I got. A lot of stuff up for pre-order on Ringside Collectibles. You can go to ringsidecollectibles.com, use code AIC, save 10%. A lot of those pre-orders have gone up already, so definitely check in on those. Jazzwares Vaults stuff, we'll keep your eyes peeled on our Instagram and our Twitter and our threads and our Facebook, which is all at AIC_podcast, to see when stuff's going up for pre-order. Keep an ear out for news on Monday. We're going to kind of go over a lot of this, or most of this, or all of this, or as much of this as we can in hopefully less than 54 minutes, which is what it took to go over just the wrestling. So yeah, it's as you can hear from my hoarseness from just having read names, there was a lot, and there still is a lot. We haven't even touched G.I. Joe Classified or any of the other Hasbro stuff, the Jada stuff, Mondo. There's just been so many things that have been announced so far these past 2 days. And we still got 2 days left of San Diego Comic-Con. So I imagine there's going to be a lot more. A lot more of exciting stuff, some great stuff, some stuff to really look forward to. I know on Target, Wave 1 of the LJN figures have gone up, which is Dusty, Cena, and Logan Paul. The Piper's Pit 3-pack has gone up for pre-order. Another wave of Monday Night War has gone up for pre-order on Walmart, I believe. I could be wrong there. But yeah, the best way to find out what is up for pre-order and how to be able to get to it would be through our affiliate links, which you can find at aicpodcast.com/links. You can see all that stuff. Links for Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, Walmart, Target, etc. Entertainment Earth, among others. So, again, there's so much that's been missed because there's been so much. I haven't even gotten everything. But if you want to hear us break it down a little bit, definitely keep your eyes peeled for news on Monday. So much. So many things. Thank you for tuning in. If you did, leave a comment, like, subscribe. We're going to try to get more stuff here. If you're going to SummerSlam in the New Jersey area, no, it is in New Jersey. If you're in the MetLife Stadium area next weekend, we will be there. So if you see us, Eric or I, say hello. I know I'm going to be at GCW on Friday night. I don't know if I'm going to make it to Juggalo Championship Wrestling at midnight. I am old and I like to sleep. And Saturday and Sunday are going to be long days too. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm going to try, but that's going to be a game time decision. But GCW, I'm very much planning on going to. So if you're there and you see me, say hello. We'll chat. It'll be cool. We'll enjoy the show. All right, everybody. Speaking of enjoying the show, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you so much for joining. If you're doing the internet thing, if you're doing the internet thing, like watching this show, then stick around. Nick Storm is going to do his show at 7. You should watch it. It's good. I'll watch it. And enjoy your weekend. Bye, everyone.